friends, so welcome back and let's take a look at Tezos together. Thanks so much for tuning in. Going to keep this video nice and neat today. Don't really need to go on for too long. Still recording? Yeah, still recording. Don't need to go on in great detail. There's a few things that kind of happened. Taking off the price action for the drawings for now, just so we can kind of look and say, is this high? Is not divergent? That's good. This is lower than all of this, though. We're kind of in a period where we want to see this turn around so we can get a high and a higher low and actually change this, because this section here was kind of downward trending and this section here could begin to be upward trending. And then after that, we can look and see, can we get above 3,145 for a close and do that at the same time as coming up maybe to try and test the bullish control zone here and towards the upper end here of the RSI and the stochastic, and whatnot. And I want to see this turn around and kind of go towards the upside. I want to have the ADX move above 20. I want the DM positive to start diverging away from the negative towards the upside, so we can have an upward trend here on the 24-hour time frame instead of this thing which is currently just flagging a little bit. Should things not work out as such, then you're looking towards the how that we're kind of broken back down below, but we're above it currently, and that's good. So I want to see us moving up. In terms of the upward side, of course, above 3,064 for the 236 to undo this Fibonacci, and then go on up towards the top area and past this white line that we have of 3,200, let's call it for argument's sake, there for it to be positive. But if we're going to be negative about things, then we've had profit taking target number 1 come in, and it didn't go all the way down as far as number 2 at the 50% retrace. I really don't want to see it go down to number 3, but if it had to, that's as far as I'm willing to go. That would be putting in a lower low. It could even come down to the 50% and sort of come in and still close out a higher low overall, which would be my Alamo on this one just for now in terms of short-term trade in this thing. But really, this is the three things, the few things that we'll be checking in on this coin in the next few days. Quick reminder, VPVR here, this is where you've got your liquidity and your demand and supply. It's a dynamic, and when it drops off, there's less demand and supply. On the one hand, that means that you can move past these areas quicker to the next area where there's some demand and supply coming in at again. We could do that and come up and put in a higher high overall and all the rest of it, and that could be all fine. And indeed as well, you can kind of stare these things in the face and not really want to go past it, and be not, we'd have to be put on our Hillary shoes and Mount Everest so far to get to just to where the point where we can start asking that question at, and that would be quite healthy for us. But I wouldn't necessarily expect to see it rapidly going up there, even though this does indicate towards you that it could if it wanted to rapidly do that. But I'd be looking again kind of for the same sort of target towards the top side and get up to that 3,200 area if that's the next sort of stage for this one. Versus the dollar prices, then same sort of deal overall. I've got rid of a lot of junk off the chart before filming here. I just wanted to point out the basics, in that we are in an uptrend since March the 13th or so, and that's fine. You've got all these higher lows coming in here and a series of higher highs and whatnot. Looking over to the oscillators, you can see, right, fair enough. This section here was bearishly divergent. We did have a drop down in the prices that reset the oscillators a little bit. Then since then we've been doing it, and we've just been scraping through without the bearish divergence in terms of these highs. I want to see this not turn into an ascending triangle type formation between this area and break above $3.09, although that is the first profit taking target towards the top side of $3.05, we should say maybe. And hopefully that would turn into support there afterwards if we did break it, and could go towards higher targets then thereafter. If we do come down and start challenging this sort of trend line, then of course we're looking for 280 to come in and operate as support for us. Breaking down below it could be fairly bearish, and we could see the prices go down to 230, or indeed even as far as the 215 area, or 220 where we have, or 210, sorry, where we have the 200 EMA at, for instance. I would see overall that perhaps as being a buying opportunity for this thing, but of course I'm not biased. I trade in both directions most of the time, so it doesn't really matter. But but yeah, towards the top side, looking to break up above $3.06. Towards the bottom side, looking to break below 280. In the meantime, you've got this horizontal blue line at 286 having operated as support, as you can see there again. And we're looking to see if we can continue this on towards the upside. The most recent section of this having managed to escape the divergence, and the volatility on this thing having come back in, perhaps when the ADX dropped down below this 10. Let's see if we can get that to operate for us as a sort of launch pad for the upside, and to be supported of course by the 50% sort of neutral area if we need to be in terms of the stochastics here. But I could see that it's turning around before then even, and moving above the moving average on the RSI. But we'll keep things even briefer tomorrow in tomorrow's episode. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Really do appreciate it. We've got some positive price action. It's not amortized in the different exchanges yet. We're still above, we've still got this differential on the hit BTC and the other one. And we're getting overextended in terms of symmetrical triangles and all the rest of it. All this sort of chat here. This we've come up, tried to break out of this ascending triangle here, which is the flat white line, and then come back in and recompleted for this overextended symmetrical triangle area. Volatility at some point soon would be expected, but until such times as that, we'll try and keep things nice and brief on the channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. Catch you in the next episode. Share this video with a friend if you've got one that you think would like it. Hit the subscribe button. I would massively appreciate it. And I apologize for speaking quickly, but it is how it is. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next episode. I've been Rocky Outcrop. Hit that sub button. Thanks so much. Catch you next time.